as always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the week?
Well, there's been a bunch of bad public statements made over the last week to 10 days. A&M's athletic director at SEC Media Days, Bowlesby, I don't know, 4 or 5 separate times, the new president at Oklahoma State. They could all learn a lesson on public statements from one John Manziel. Okay. When asked about Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC, this is what he said. Lucky for A&M, we have a 9, almost 10-year head start on both of these teams being in the SEC. The rivalry's been gone for a while, but now it looks like it's coming back. It's time to just sack up and go play the game. We're in a good position. We have a good coach. We have a good team. If they want to come to the SEC and see what it's all about, then we'll welcome them with open arms. But it's no cakewalk, and it's not the Big 12. So it should be interesting to see how things play out. That's how you do it, Gabe. That's all you got to say, right? You don't bitch and complain and, oh my God, we wanted to be the only ones. And, oh my gosh, how could you ever follow Texas? And that's how you issue a statement. That's it. And he's had 8 beers and is playing in a golf tournament and he got the statement right. I mean, come on. It's not that hard.
One interesting thing about Johnny, and I was teammates with Johnny, and I wasn't teammates with him for long, but he was awesome. I mean, he's a nice dude, fun dude, clearly. Fun time to be around.
Riot.
But I saw people coming at him. So he's playing like in a real golf tournament. Like it's like the Texas State Open or something.
Deal, right?
It's like it's a legitimate tournament. I saw people being like, oh, the shot 69 or 79. I think it was 70. It was 79. He was like, shot 79. He's in like second to last. It's like, dude, do you know what I would do to shoot 79? Are you shitting me?
Right. And
he shot 75 in the second round too. 75.
Yeah, I don't know how those courses, like how that tournament is, but they're typically not set up very easy. It's not set up for the old members out there. You know, they're long and it's difficult. But no, man, I thought whenever I heard that statement, I was like, wait, hang on a second. Who was that? That was Johnny Manziel. You kidding me? That's perfectly done. That's how you do it.
It's like he was a first rounder. It's like he talked in front of cameras a lot. Well, why didn't Ross Bjork? Why didn't he reach out to Johnny Football and be like, hey, man, what should I say?
Future
Don't be scared.
Director John Manziel coming your way, Texas A&M.
That'd be awesome. All right, who do you have as your loser of the week?
Well, that's how you make a public statement. Here's how you don't make a public statement. Whenever you're making millions of dollars for a shoe deal, you do not say that the next the next line of your shoe deal is trash, which is what Kyrie Irving said about the new Kyrie 8s. These shoes are trash. I want to apologize to everyone. I don't have anything to do with the design or the development. In my opinion, the Kyrie 8s are trash. How would you like that if you're Nike and you pay him, I don't know how many millions and millions of dollars? Just, you don't have to say they're great. Just don't say anything. You don't have to tell everyone they're trash and not to buy them.
Kyrie Irving had an interesting week when you think about it, right? He says his next yeah, no kidding. He said his next shoe is trash, which I'm like you said, I'm sure Nike is thrilled about. His foundation built a solar water center in Pakistan that is providing like 1,000 villagers with clean water, which is pretty cool. And then did you see the Kyrie Irving needs a better team around him things that Kevin Durant ended up responding to. God, I love Kevin Durant on Twitter now. He is one of the best follows. That dude does not care. He is firing at you if you're coming at him.
The best thing I saw on Kevin Durant was that video of the Olympic team like shooting around before practice, and he made like a corner three, and I think it was Damian Lillard like came up and just grabbed his ball and started dribbling with it, and he got all pissed off. And then someone posted the video, and then he commented on the video again. It's pretty funny.
I love Kevin Durant now. He's the perfect amount of petty. I love it. Ted, for my winner of the week, thought about going with Patrick Mahomes. I cannot imagine how good you feel about yourself when one of your football cards sells for $4.3 million. $4.3 million, the most ever for a football card. No duh.
I don't know anything about that card, but that's absurd. There's no way that's absurd.
So I read all about it because I was like, okay, I need to know more. It's like the card is a 2017 Panini something edition with the NFL logo from a game-worn jersey from Patrick Mahomes contained within the card. And I was just like, it's still not worth $4.3 million.
Like, is it a one of a kind? It
is one of one, which is and card collecting has, you talk about a resurgence. It is booming right now. But still, there's no way, no chance.
It's one of one, but they just created it. Like a Mickey Mantle rookie card or something like that that's withstood the test of time and someone has hung on to it for 70 years or whatever. That is impressive and more valuable, in my opinion. Not a card of a guy that you've got a billion digital pictures of, a billion videos of, a billion cards of. I don't know. I think that, someone will end up making money on it, I'm sure. So maybe it is a good investment.
I also thought about going with Quinn Ewers. He is the number one recruit in the 2022 class. Quarterback, might be graduating early and going to Ohio State in the fall due to the fact that he allegedly could make 7 figures in NIL deals, including one with a kombucha. Is that how you say that? Kombucha, the tea, the fermented stuff? That? Kombucha. It's supposed to be good for like your gut health, I think. Kombucha. It doesn't taste great. I've had it. It's like, okay, it's good for me, but yeah, no, I'm good.
Wow. Okay.
I guess a kombucha company said that they'll give him a bunch of money and equity in the company. And I guess you can't make money off the NIL stuff for high school kids in Texas can't. And he's the quarterback at South Lake Carroll. They played in the state championship game last year, I believe. He would be bailing on his boys. There's no doubt that would suck, but I'm bailing for $1 million, Ted. Straight up. See ya.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. Anyone that gives that amount of money to a high school kid before he's played a snap of college football is dumb. I'm sorry. Dumb. Now, there's a chance that it works out.
Does that make it any different? He's got a mullet.
I know.
It's blonde.
Yeah. There's a chance that it works out and he's fantastic. There's a chance that he never plays a snap at Ohio State and transfers out. The only way to justify this is if the owner of this company is a massive Ohio State fan. That's it. There's no other way to justify that.
And just so you know, he would reclassify. He'd be in 2021. They have a 5-star quarterback in the 2021 class. So it'd be interesting. But hey,
awkward.
Capitalism, baby. Let's go. But
I can't take anything away from him. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. Winner of the week, Simone Biles. Teddy, as the saying goes, all publicity is good publicity. and everybody on the planet was talking about Simone Biles the last couple of days. And it is a polarizing topic, right? So you look at the opposite ends of the spectrum. On one side of the spectrum, one end of the spectrum, you got people saying how much strength it took for her to withdraw and how she actually did what was best for the team and how this puts or shines a brighter light on mental health of athletes and how it emphasizes the importance of mental health for all people. While on the other end of the spectrum, you have people saying that she's a quitter and she made a selfish decision and she let her team and her country down. You've got people on both of those ends, and then you got a whole bunch of people in between there. But the reason she's my winner of the week, everybody is talking about her. When everyone on the planet is talking about you, I am thoroughly convinced it is good for you and for your earning potential moving forward. I think that is true. So she's already the best gymnast to ever walk the planet, right? And this is something, and this may be a really stupid statement. It just popped into my brain though, Ted, but I'm going to say it anyways. Would people be talking about her as much if she just wins all the gold medals as they're talking about her now?
No.
Right.
Because everyone expected it.
It was, and I was watching it live. I was up doing morning radio. I was watching it live, and it was getting reported she was hurt. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Like, can you believe this? And then it started, okay, it's a mental thing. Like, and then it was one of the oddest things I've watched in sports. It was stunning watching it unfold, watching it live on TV. I've been trying to come up with another sports comparison for it for days. Ted, and I don't know, it's like the greatest she is the greatest in her sport ever. On the biggest stage in her sport, and just said, "Hey, I got it today." I mean, I do want to make it clear. Gymnastics, if you aren't right mentally, it can be a very, very dangerous sport. But dealing with that stress is part of professional athletics. And especially that's what made it so weird. It's like even though she had a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes in qualifying, she still finished first in the all around in qualifying, and she qualified for the finals in all 4 events. So that's what it was such a weird situation. And hey, once again, do what's best for you. I'm over here. I'm the one that always says, hey, you got to be more selfish. Be selfish. You got to take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to help other people, right? You got to take care of number one, Ted. But it was, I mean, I can't even think of another sports comparison.
There's not one that we've ever witnessed.
It was crazy. It was one of the craziest things I've ever watched.
It's the starting pitcher walking off the mound in the World Series. It's the quarterback, not coming out for the second half.
This is the best comparison I could come up with, because I was trying to think of something that, kind of is dangerous. And, football is a dangerous game, right? So you can get hurt in gymnastics. You can get hurt in football. I was like, okay, best football player ever, Tom Brady, right? And you talk about the face of the sport. Simone Biles is the face of gymnastics, the face of this Olympic Games. So, like, you're talking about the pressure, someone that would feel a similar pressure with the attention that they get, right? So I thought it would be like if Brady played the AFC Championship game, or I guess NFC Championship game now for the Bucs, and he didn't play particularly well. He made some uncharacteristic mistakes, like threw a couple picks, but they still won, right? And they go to the Super Bowl, and he just comes out and he just won't throw the ball, or like just holds on to it and is getting drilled in the pocket because he's holding on to it because he's like scared to throw it to the other team. I don't know a comparison. Maybe that was really stupid, but that's like kind of the one that I was coming up with. It's just like it'd be Tom Brady in the Super Bowl pulling himself after the first couple drives and be like, yeah, guys, I ain't got it today.
Would it be like Sam Darnold saying, I'm seeing ghost and getting ridiculed for it for an entire season?
He did get ridiculed for that. Bad.
My only problem with the thing is, hey, if she doesn't have it and she's a detriment to the team to be out there, she's not feeling it, she's scared of getting hurt, I got no problem with that. I think that my problem is that no one can criticize it, or else you're some evil person. Um, and it's also being built up like it's some incredibly brave thing, and I don't agree that it's an incredibly brave thing. I mean, she brave is whenever you are feeling that anxiety, and trust me, even as a linebacker, right? There's anxiety going into a football game. There's anxiety in how you perform. Are you going to get cut? Will you be released the next day? Are they bringing people in to replace you if you don't play well? I mean, that's what comes with top level sports. I mean,
I got no problem. I've talked about it in the past. I got no problem talking about it. I completely understand that level of anxiety. Like I had to get on Zoloft. It was like there were points in my career, especially in the NFL, when you walk into the building every day and you think you're going to get fired. It's a tough way to live life, man, and it gets to you eventually. Yeah. And like, so I understand, and I mean, Simone Biles is so famous and so incredible at what she does. Like all those things is, I know it's not different, but like, I'm just trying to make the point that like high level athletes all feel that anxiety. And what made it so weird to me was like, she's won so many things and has so much respect in her sport. And even in qualifying, qualifies first, right? Like I know she wasn't at her best, but like still was better than everyone else. And to go out there and do the vault, and then it was so weird.
Yeah.
And
it was.
I think it took strength to be like, you know what, guys, I'm bringing it down. But I think you should be able to talk about the entirety of the situation and say that, you know what, she didn't have it. She didn't want to hurt herself. She didn't want to, let her team down, put the sub in, right? You can say that. You can compliment her in that, but you can also say, you know what? She's the best ever. She's the best in the world. And the Olympics is the pinnacle of her sport. That's where she's supposed to perform. And she didn't do that. Like, I think you can say both of those things, right?
Yeah. I feel like if it would have been anyone else except for her, they would have been criticized for it. I just don't know why. And that's in any of the sports. If Kevin Durant walked out of an Olympic game in the like the gold medal game or something, do you know what people would do to him if he said that? He would be like destroyed. I just don't know why I don't know. It's just like it can't be questioned or criticized at all. I mean, there's no doubt she's the greatest gymnast ever. I mean, there's no doubt, and I don't think you'll find anyone that will doubt that. But it was a weird moment, and was it better for the team? It possibly was. And I can't say whether it was or wasn't, but I think it's weird that it's being like made out to be like some incredible moment for her. I don't. It's just it's weird, man. It's weird.
No, and
It's
you're
weird
right.
that's where society is now. That is something that's being applauded. I don't. It's so individualist. It's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, the greatest moment in U.S. gymnastics history is when Kerry Strug walked out there and nailed that vault on a bad ankle. It's like it's the greatest moment for me that I remember.
Right.
And I mean, I can't say that they're necessarily connected and it's the exact same, but to me, I don't know.
For Biles, it's everything, right? And I mean, it's the talent, it's what she's done, but then you factor in, she's talked about the stress, she's talked about, and then you have, her being the sexual assault survivor and all these things. Like there's just a lot that goes into it, and I wonder if that's why people don't want to be too critical of it. I don't know, but all I know is when I think about the Tokyo Olympics, that's probably going to be the number one thing I remember, man.
To your point, as far as being a winner, I was now I didn't watch it live. I watched the replay of it.
The replay did not do it justice. They cut out a bunch of stuff. Like they cut out all the awkward commentary and like all this stuff. Dude, it was bizarre.
It was still pretty awkward last night, but it was so funny that they were talking about all of that and they went to commercial break. And one of the commercials is Simone Biles coming to a town near you with her like group of gymnasts, and they're going to be performing and come meet them. It's called like the gold medal, some type of deal. So I was like thinking like, hey, she's still going to capitalize like crazy. Like, how much would she make off of or how many retweets or views would just like any type of tweet from her or social media post be? And I'm sure she's doing it, but it's got to be the number one trending thing on Twitter for days now.
Yeah. We support you, Simone Biles. Still the best ever. It was weird though. I mean, it was weird. It just was. Okay, my loser. Wow, I really did not expect us to go that long on this. This could be a long podcast, bro.
Yeah.
My loser of the week, David Shaw, head football coach at Stanford. So a Pac-12 media day, he called out Nick Saban, which bold, but he called out Nick Saban about the Bryce Young stuff where, he said that Bryce Young's approaching 7 figures in NIL deals. And Shaw said that he didn't think that was true market value. He said that he thought Saban did it as a recruiting tactic. Yeah, no shit, David. Of course it was a recruiting tactic. I mean, we all know that. But and last time I checked, true market value is what someone will pay you. That's how this country works. That's true market value. If they're willing to pay him it, that's
just
how
talked
it works.
About Quinn Ewers, not even on campus yet.
Right. So David Shaw, I don't think he came off looking good here. And he really, in my mind, he missed a golden opportunity to send his own message to recruits. And they need more talent there at Stanford. I know it's hard to get in. I get it. It's a great school. But you have to adjust to the new normal, right? And you have to eliminate that old mindset. He is the head coach at Stanford that has some of the most powerful alumni on the planet. And he had a chance to say, yeah, you know what Nick said about Bryce, that's great. But, here at Stanford, we have great alumni and great businesses that we partner with that, they want to help our athletes reach their full NIL potential. And, maybe you want to figure out how you, like when someone Googles there's like some good results that show up, Well, Stanford grad, Sergey Brin, he invented Google. Maybe he could help with that. Or maybe you're curious about how to monetize your Instagram. Well, maybe Stanford grad Kevin Systrom, who co-founded Instagram, he may know a thing or two about how you can take full advantage of your opportunities on the platform. Or, that maybe you want to get connected with businesses. Maybe that's your thing, right? Maybe you can get some NIL deals through LinkedIn. Oh, yeah, that's right. Stanford grad Reid Hoffman. He can probably help with that since he co-founded LinkedIn. He missed a perfect opportunity to flex and a perfect opportunity to say, hey, Stanford, that's a good place. If you're thinking about NIL, this is the place for you. I know we're in the Pac-12. I know school's hard here, but if NIL is your thing, we got some pretty famous alumni that can help you. He came, it looked like he was whining about it when really he should be embracing it, man. You got all those powerful people, and I know that David Shaw may not have them all on speed dial, man, but come on, Shaw. He's a smart dude. Use your head.
It
Embrace
sounds
it.
to me like you're smarter than he is. The pitch would have been Alabama is clearly engaging in market manipulation here. And what we're going to do to combat that is engage in algorithm manipulation. Because whenever you sign at Stanford, our guys at Instagram or at Google, they're going to elevate the hell out of your page or your timeline. What you are going to constantly be trending because they're going to put you at the front of the pile nonstop.
Maybe Stanford needs to hire me as their recruiting coordinator.
I know you nailed it. That's right. I mean, that's what it's all about. Um,
When I went on my visit there, they were dedicating a building to the guys that invented Google. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool.
you know what's funny? They shouldn't even do anything. They should just have like all of the social media connections just totally kill hide everyone's tweets to where they're not seeing anything. They're not making it on people's timelines. Just totally manipulate the crap out of it.
Dude, they've got the people that invented Google. They can literally erase anyone they want from the earth,
I know.
basically. I mean, I don't know. It was confusing to me. Embrace it, Shaw. NIL is here. Embrace it.